on this episode of Behind the Games.
Whoever has the highest score at the end of tomorrow,
come on in, you get a free play for every...
Oh my God!
T-minus 15 minutes to an absolute auction. It is an exciting event.
Right now, they'll probably be under a bridge somewhere because my wife is ready to divorce me.
2.1 million on level 10.
What up?
Is that really high?
Pretty high.
Each and every game has its own rules, and games are meant to be played for fun, or so we thought. From sports games, board games, arcade games to kiddie games and everything in between, there's always a winner and a loser. But the real story always is who's behind the games. This week's featured game.
Welcome to the 2010 Florida Arcade and Pinball Expo. I'm your host, Susan Shepard, and you're watching Behind the Games.
History and rules. BTG decided to check out the event at the Dania Highlight Sports Entertainment Complex this past January 2010. The first South Florida APE event was held in December of 1994, and it was a moderate success. Even with a modest initial turnout, the promoters knew they were onto something. This time around in 2010, APE positioned itself on the second floor of the Dania Highlight. There were over 1,000 arcade and pinball machines assembled into one arcade area. Every type of gaming machine from the early 40s on up were all set on free play and rocking. Almost 6 years later, the APE event returned for another round, and this time it was game on with two new important upgrades: an absolute auction and a high score free game giveaway. The APE event cost $12 for a daily ticket, and this event turned out the crowds. Gamers flew in from across the nation to play pinball and arcade games until their heart's content. From the early pinball machines to mechanical stand-ups, to the most modern digital tech games in the land, the Arcade and Pinball Expo had every game you could imagine. Locals loved it too. This year's APE organizer, Lou Bordella, held the event at the Dania Highlight, where he is the host and local promoter.
Hi, we're here at the 2010 Arcade and Pinball Expo with Lou Bordella. Can you tell us a little bit about the event today?
Well, it's been a great turnout. People are coming from all over the world. One guy from Germany, people from Canada, the other side of the United States from Nevada and places like that. It's just been fantastic.
What's your favorite part of the event?
I think it's just watching everybody have such a great time from 5 years old to 85 years old. Everybody's just reliving a moment and enjoying the event.
So you're part of the marketing and producing of the event. What goes into producing an event like this?
Well, I think first of all, it comes as an idea. I don't know if it was at 3 o'clock in the morning. I said pinball in our building would be such a cool thing to do, and bringing it up to my bosses and kind of painting a picture for them so that they could see what I was envisioning, and them having the faith in me to put this thing together, and we did, and we're pleased. We're very pleased.
Lou and his staff worked around the clock to make sure the event was smooth sailing. From the many truck load-ins early in the week until the coin-ops were all hauled out the following Sunday, this APE event was a success and looks to be even larger next year.
Troubleshooting pinball games, all I do.
This year, the Florida APE event was hosting its first absolute auction. Along with Apollo Amusements, there was plenty of new and old games to choose from. From clunkers to multi-games, there was a little bit of everything.
We're here with John Russo from Apollo Amusements, and we want to know, is this your first APE event?
It's my first APE event. The first APE, Florida Arcade and Pinball Expo, took place in 2004. It was kind of loosely organized, and then it sat dormant for a couple years. And then Louis and Marcel and myself, we started working on this almost a year ago, actually. And it's come to fruition over this weekend. We're really pleased with it.
In conjunction with Harris Auctions LLC, this absolute auction featured over 100 arcade and pinball games to be sold to the absolute highest bidder. Some working and some not. Everyone in the auction got some incredible deals.
We are here with John Harris from Harris Auctions. John, what brought you down here tonight?
The auction. I'm an auctioneer, and we had a big day today.
Now, from an auctioneer standpoint, what's behind the games?
Well, behind the games is you got collectors and users that came out to buy these games, and I'll tell you, the people that put this event on did everything they could possibly. They had a great crowd, a great event, a great concept, a free play for the the entry fee, and then they had it all culminate with an auction today that went on for about 3 hours. 12 crowd, got 10, now 15, 15, I'm at 10.
This event looks like it will be annual, so stay tuned for it again next year. Please visit www.floridaape.org for upcoming events.
We're here with B Lane. How did you get involved with the event tonight?
Well, my neighbor Dan Canner, he's a pinball man. He's actually what I call an enabler. He has gotten me into the pinball events. We came here, we met Lou, and we started working the games up. Loading them in, fixing them, repairing them, getting everything going, trying to make sure that everybody has a great time at this event, and it seems like they really have.
How many games do you think you brought in today?
I brought in about 5 games. We all together brought in about 15 from our private collection, and during the auction, we picked up a few more.
Great, so you're adding to your collection. What's your favorite game?
My favorite game is Robotron.
What's your high score?
2.1 million on level 10.
Is that really high?
Pretty high.
The greatest part of the Florida Apes event was the fan base. Other than the high score tournament, these retro enthusiasts were all happy gamers, playing these coin ops with a smile on their face, remembering the times when they were small.
We're here with Ron Donahue. He is an avid collector here at the APE event. And can you just tell us a little bit, what does it take to get into the tournament?
Well, the tournament actually is it's a buy your way, and you get one free play with the event ticket, and then you can buy additional chances to try and make a run at these great games. Whoever gets the high score takes the game home.
What game are you looking to take home tonight?
I don't think I'm a good enough player to take anything home. If I was trying to, I think Target Alpha, which is a 1976 Gottlieb 4 player, actually Gottlieb Wedge, that'd be my game to play. Currently I own about 45 pinballs, and I've probably had about 50 or so in and out, so probably 100 games.
Wow, that's a big collection. What are you planning to do with this collection?
I have it in my house. I have my friends over to play. I built an addition out of my house, about 1,000 square feet, and I have an arcade just like the old days.
So what's behind the game? Delivery and Repair is the name of the game in this week's BTG. Trucks were loading arcade and pinballs into the loading docks from Tuesday morning and unloading for 2 weeks after the Florida Ape event had ended. Soldering guns were ablaze throughout this retro event.
Hi, we're here with Dan Canner. So what brings you to the 2010 Ape event tonight?
Well, I'm a pinball collector, and this has gone on for, well, they had the first one about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was just starting to get into it at that point. And then I saw that this event was coming around. I talked to Marcel, and 5 years later I've got 16 games, and I said, actually today's my birthday, and I said, well, if I'm going to be in town for my birthday, then I'm going to give you 100% of my help, and I did that. We've been working the whole week, and actually about 2 weeks on it. So.
Wow, you put a lot of work into it. What's your favorite part of the event?
Right now, my favorite part of the event is the tournament, because I currently have the high score on the Space Invaders game, and I'm hoping to take that home with me. The auction was pretty impressive. We've got a lot of good deals. There's all kinds of interesting things going on here at the event.
Where do you keep all these machines?
Right now, they'll probably be under a bridge somewhere because my wife is ready to divorce me. I've picked up a few more games at this event. She was here briefly and left.
The physical weight of these games alone were brutal, and the repairs ranged from no power to broken boards in half.
We're here with Marcel Gonzalez. Now, he is really behind the games. Can you tell us what it takes to get this event started?
Well, basically we try to find every single collector in the state of Florida. We make them aware of what we're doing, the show and all that stuff. You know, basically bring your games. You know, bring your games, and if they need some work, you know, bring them anyways. We'll fix them. We'll do things to get them playable again. You know, best case is they get their game back. Their game is working again. Fine. And guess what? They made a whole bunch of people happy because they were playing them.
Now, what's the most exciting part of the event?
Coming up to your favorite game that you haven't seen and I don't know what, 10, 15, for some people 20, 30 years. And you're like, holy cow. I haven't seen this game. I remember this game when I was 15. It's like, wow. Wow, and they get to, and guess what? They get to play it. They get to play it too. Amazing. And the game works and everything. That's like, see the face? It's amazing.
Who's behind the games? For more information regarding Behind the Games, contact Kevin at e3fla.com.
It's amazing.
Sorry, boys. Game over.